Okay, in this problem, we are finding the domain of a rational function. And the domain here, what we're looking for is anything that can work in this rational function without making the denominator 0. So what we do is we take the denominator, we set it equal to 0. We say x squared minus 25 equals 0, and then we solve. And the reason why we set it equal to 0 is because we want to say, okay, if I set it equal to 0, then whatever I plug in for x is going to make the denominator 0. And of course, we can't divide by 0, so we want to know those values. So we get x squared equals 25, and we undo the x squared by taking the square root. We get x equals positive and negative 5. So we say, okay, well, those are the values that are going to make the denominator 0, so we can't have these values. We say x can't equal plus or minus 5 in order to be the domain. So how do we write that? Well, we start from the left. So remember, domain always goes from left to right. Okay, so if I'm thinking about my number line here, and I have my number line, or my x-axis, my negative number is going to be farthest left. So that's going to be that negative 5. So, and then I'm going to have a 5 over here. So my domain is actually going to go from a negative infinity. So we're going to go all the way, we're going to say negative infinity. And then we're going to approach that negative 5, but we're not actually going to hit it. So we're going to use a parentheses. And then we're going to have another domain in between 5 and negative 5. So we're going to use the union symbol. And we're going to say negative 5, comma 5. And then we're going to go to 5 and positive infinity again. So we're going to say union again, and then we have 5, positive infinity. So we're basically saying the domain is anything on this number line except these two numbers. Almost like I'm taking an eraser, and I'm the entire number line except for those blanks. So that's what we're looking at for there. Now, if we're just answering it, the domain is, and then in set notation, x is a real number, and x is not equal to, then you would just put 5, comma, negative 5 in your answer box. This is interval notation, and then this is just going to be set builder notation here.